Esther McVey, the Minister for Common Sense, was taking part in an interview when LBC's reporter Henry Riley asked one very simple question, which left Esther McVey gibbering nonsense. The question was on her policy to ban rainbow lanyards from the civil service, and what would happen to them if they ignored that rule. This whole sorry saga hasn't really gone well for her. She didn't take too kindly on what the punishment would be should anybody actually turn up with a multicoloured piece of fabric around their neck. From what I can gather, she's done this off her own back, probably just to try and find meaning for her job, because she's not really done anything else. She didn't get it signed off, and Number 10 have distanced themselves from it. Grant Shapps, the Defence Secretary, also said he didn't have a problem with it. So it kind of just goes really to show that the people at the top table, they've all run out of ideas. And the best way that they think they can get some newspaper headlines is to come up with this nonsense. So here's a car crash interview where she waffles and tries to justify why having multicolored bits of fabric around your neck is setting a political statement, followed by Keir Starmer completely mocking her for doing so.
Thank you very much. You spoke about lanyards as being one sort of example within the civil service, but I wonder, how far are you willing to take that? I mean, if I turn up with a sort of LGBT coloured lanyard or a Palestinian flag, could I face the sack if I refuse to work for the civil service without wearing that lanyard? And just on Reform UK...
Can I just ask you a question? Yeah. Why would you wear that lanyard?
Well, no, I'm not saying I would.
But why would you? Why would you feel...
I don't know. I don't. But clearly people do in the civil service, hence why you've got the idea.
Okay, so you wouldn't know why you would?
Well, no, but you said it's a problem.
To go back, I mean, Conservative MPs and go around with Ukrainian flags and Israeli flags on their lapels. I mean,
you might say they're political. Yeah. The civil service is not political. So, do you want me to answer your question about lanyards? This, and what we're going to do straight away, is we belong to the family that is the government family, and this is the department we're in, and we are proud to be in there, and what we're doing is working for the public from there. Therefore, what we don't need, and what I was saying, is you don't need political activism in a visible way. Because for every lanyard that you show, you're therefore not saying about all the other things you do or don't agree with. So you're promoting one at the exclusion of other things you're making. And hence I asked the question, why would you be wearing it? It is making a statement. You're putting it on to make a statement. And what we're saying is actually your political beliefs remain at the front door, and when you come in, you're part of a happy team. And it's not to impose your views on anybody else, it's not to be a distraction, it's not to be about political activism. And that's why I said a very simple way to show there is harmony, unity and inclusivity within an organisation. So it's just a simple, visible difference.
Speaker, on Monday, the Prime Minister treated us to his 7th relaunch in 18 months. He vowed to take on the dangers that threaten the country. So it was good to see the Minister for Common Sense immediately take up that mantle by announcing a vital crackdown on the gravest of threats, colourful lanyards.
Can't trust Labour with our country's security.
Well, I appreciate he's been busy on the front line of the war against lanyards. Mr. Speaker, the only answer to the question I asked, whether domestic abusers should be exempt from his early release scheme from anyone serious about security, is yes. Perhaps the most ludicrous part of the Prime Minister's speech on Monday was when he said he won't accept the idea that any of the problems people are facing are caused by the 14 years of Conservative government. He won't say how many prisoners they've released early. He won't say if they're burglars, abusers or stalkers. He won't say where they are or what support their victims are getting. Yet he thinks he has the right to tell people they can't blame his government for any of it. Doesn't he think that rather than confiscating lanyards like some jumped-up milk monitor, he should stop issuing get-out-of-jail cards free to prisoners considered a risk to children?
From strange policies to absolutely crazy policies. That's right, the Rwanda policy was back being debated this week because Northern Ireland aren't included in the scheme, and MPs from across backbenches were all asking the same question. Isn't it time it was scrapped and the money being better used? The minister was reduced to just waffling nonsense, trying to defend this silly plan. And you can see him doing that in the video that's on screen now. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time.